Hi, this is Kanen from Futurum Corporate Finance Advisory. I would like to share a short video explaining the difference between the flat rate and effective interest rate. Probably you are quite familiar with the terms flat rate. Um, Normally, if you are approached by a salesman in the, for example, car loan or motorcycle loan or any loan over that you got from the lending institution, uh, they could say in their loan over saying that the flat rate is, for example, like a 1%, or usually it's stated a bit lower, so it makes quite interesting, and probably you feel that the rate is quite low compared to what you heard in the market, and you feel is reasonable to make a decision to make the loan. Okay, I'm going to show you that there's a big difference between flat rate and effective interest rate. At the end of the day, you pay the effective interest rate. Flat rate is just a stated rate that the loan over make to you, but at the end of the day, you need to very concerned about how much money of interest that you have to pay for that borrowing. I also in this video will show you how to convert from the flat rate to the interest rate. You can use the Excel formula to get that within less than 1 minute. Okay, I'll give you a very simple, you can see on my computer screen. For example, you got loan over, for example, 120 million. Okay, this is in idea. Okay, and then the installment period is 12 months. So it is just 1 month, 1 year loan. Okay, and then the flat rate is 1%. For example, it's a 5%. 5%. So this 5% is quite low. I mean, for example, if you go to the bank, probably you have to pay at the moment more than 10%. Okay, so this is the deal. This 120 million rupiah will be installed. So you have a principal installment. You have a principal installment on a monthly basis. Okay, and then okay, so it's 120 divided by 12 months, and that's 1 million per month, 10 million per month. And then for the interest flat rate, you got to pay 5%. So it's a 5% times, okay, you got to pay 6 million, and then divided by 12 months. This is 500. So this is the monthly payment. Okay, so in total you have to pay 10,500,000 each month for 12 months. Okay, so let me put in the timeline, as I think it's very critical for you that every time you have a loan over, and then you need to review whether that loan over in terms of interest is quite can compare with other interest rate, whether it's quite reasonable. Hopefully you expect is less than the other competitor interest rate. Okay, so 5% flat rate is quite low. It sounds quite low. Okay, so I put this is a 0. So this is a timeline. You got 1, and then I straight it to 12 months. Okay, so you have okay, and so in the today 0, this is the amount that you got loan. You got the money. You got the money, the loan. So I put plus, because that goes straight to your pocket. 1, okay, let me 120 million, and then you have to make installment. This is principal plus interest. Okay, so you have to pay, I put minus because it's a payment. Okay, so right, and then I drag it to for the 12-month installment. Okay, and then this is the cash flow pattern. Okay, you got this today you got the money, and then okay, so all I need is just to plug in the IRR, internal rate of return. So you just press IRR, and then you put from B18 until AN. So you have 1% here. So it's 0.76% per month. So the effective interest rate, this is compounding basis. So you just 1 plus this percentage, and then 12, because this is a 12 months, and then you minus 1, so it is a 9.49%. This is a effective. So it's if it is a simple interest rate, or usually it's called APR, so you just times 12 times 12. Okay, so it's not really much different. Okay, so here you can see that so the flat rate is half of the effective interest rate. The flat rate is so if you see that why the flat rate is 5%, and then the effective rate is 9.49%, it is because in the flat rate 5% here is assumed, take into account the fact that the interest rate 5% is applied to 120 million rupiah. So if you can look at this, you can see that this 5% is calculated on the principal 120 million rupiah. So it's assumed implicitly that this 5%, the interest that you have to pay, is applied to the principal that assumed to be outstanding for the whole loan period. In this case, for the 12 months. So 5% for 12 months. So it's assumed that you have this 120 million rupiah borrowing is for the whole entire loan period. In this case, it's 12 months. But the fact, because you have to make installment 10 million per month, then definitely we know from the finance sense that the loan, the principal loan outstanding is always declining from first month until the 12 months. I can make it easily to show you. So this is the loan, okay, and then you have your principal, your installment, and then you have your principal installment, and then you have your interest, and then you have your balance. Okay, so initially in the month 0, okay, and then you have month 1. Okay, I drag it down. Okay, your initial balance is 120 million rupiah, and then okay, so your, sorry, just put here. Okay, and then okay, hopefully you can follow me. So its initial balance is 120 million rupiah. Your installment is this one. Okay, I make it fixed. So I drag it down. Okay, and then your interest is I have to use the effective interest rate. This is your effective rate. Okay, right, so it's 120 times this amount. Okay, okay, right, so the balance will be this one minus this one. Okay, this is for 1 year. So on the monthly basis, I have to calculate the effective interest. So okay, sorry. So it's this is for 1 year. So the rate I have to use is 0.70%. Okay. All right. So the balance here will be minus this, and I just drag it down. Okay, and then I have to drag this also, and this also. So you can see that the balance that you owe to the lending institution, initially you got the loan 120 million rupiah, but along the installment period from first month until the 12 months, your loan principal, the principal of your loan is the balance is declining from 120 million is down to 110 million, and then 119 million, 81 million, 70 until it's zero when you make the last installment. So you can see that the effective interest rate of your loan over it is not 5%, but it is 9.49%. or per month 0.76%. I will give you like a shortcut to convert from freight rate to effective rate. Okay, in the market, it's always say 2 times. So in this case, your freight rate is 5%, and then your effective interest rate is 5% times 2. So it's 10%. So if you look at this, is not much different from your effective interest rate that I have calculated or shown above. But the other things that you can use another formula, is called another formula 2n divided by, so it's a 2n divided by n plus 1, and then times your freight rate. Your n is your installment period. So in this case, your installment period is 12 months. So all you have is for your effective interest rate is 2 times 12 months, okay, divided by 12 months plus 1, and then times your freight rate. Okay, so you can, okay, here I put red to make it easier for you to see. With the background, I put yellow. Okay, and then I make it a bowl. This is the same. Okay, so you can see that these two shortcut, either you times 2 or either you want to make a more specific. The difference, if you make the rough times 2, so this is of the correct one is 9.49%. So the difference is okay, so if I put here the difference, okay, so it's not so the formula for like times 2 is not really quite bad, at least to give you an idea how much is the effective interest rate. You can also use the more exact approach to convert from the freight rate to the effective interest rate. The difference, of course, for the more accurate estimate, this is the second formula, give us a better idea about how much is the effective interest rate. Okay, so this is hopefully from this short video, it make you wiser, at least to if somebody comes or a sneaky like a sales coming to you with offering a very low freight rate, you better put in the timeline and you plot all the cash flow from the first, second, and third. So I can extend this to another, like, for example, if you have usually when you get the loan offering, they're going to charge you like what they call administration fee. So for example, 0.5% is an upfront cost. So this will cost you times. So you have pay $600,000. Okay. So if you put in the timeline again, you can easily calculate how much is the effective interest rate. So this one I have to, so 600,000. This is on, you need to add up on your, so you already have installment monthly basis, you have and then your total, okay. So I link it to the new installment, no, okay. Oh, this is the upfront, so you have to, sorry, this is minus, okay. So your installment is the same. So from 120 million, you only receive 119 million rupiah, because this should be reduced with your administration fee collected upfront, and then you have the same. So if you apply the same internal rate of return, okay, you just use from B61 until N, and then this one, this is per month, so your effective annual interest rate compounding basis is 1 plus, okay, 12 minus 1. So you have to pay, so you can see that your initial effective interest rate is 9.49%, and now it become higher. Okay, so it's higher 1%. So you can see that the administration fee collected up from 0.5%. Basically, it will increase your effective interest rate from 9.49% become 10.53%. So don't be misled by all the loan offer that come to you. So you really need to put on the timeline all the cash flow that you have to pay, and then based on that timeline you need to calculate the internal rate of return, and then you compound it on the annual basis, so you can get the idea how much is the effective interest rate. This is basically the ultimately the interest that you have to pay to the lending institution. Okay, so hopefully you are enjoying my video. So if you have any question, you just send me email to my email in my website, and then I will manage to take a look and reply your email. Thank you. Bye bye.